Shalom to the elect, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me the truth, laboring his truth and sincerity, pushing his word to the four corners of the earth. So I forgot to do a response to this comment. Okay, not Brother Masha's comment. But just to clarify, that's Amharic, that's the Ethiopian language. Yeah, man. I used to study that a little bit, man. I used to get all into that, the Rastafarianism stuff. As I mentioned in this video, I believe, as well. Lord willing, I should do like a very in-depth video about the Rastafarian doctrine and how it's not really biblical, but they perceive it to be so. But anyway, this comment says, America is not in scriptures. Now, America, the word itself is not in the scriptures, okay? But America, the actual mentioning of it in a prophetically speaking and spiritually speaking, the kingdom indeed is in the scriptures, okay? Of course, he doesn't know. This is what you talk there at 1 minute 56. Let me get it actually, so I know what he's talking about. Let's go further back a little.
Patricians, okay.
Man, went too far. Of course it did.
Okay.
Okay.
You know,
this.
It's like a lamb is actually the Republicans and Democrats, similar to of the Romans, the plebeians, and the patricians, okay?
Okay, so what I was talking about around this time period, I was actually talking about Revelation chapter 13, verse 11, right? And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Now, this beast is talking about America, okay? This is the little horn in Daniel 7. Now he says America's not in scriptures. What you talk there at 1 minute 56 is about the rise of the Antichrist, oh boy. The rise of the Antichrist together with the false prophet. The first beast and the second beast. Now, this says another beast rising up, okay? So he said he's talking about the Antichrist rising, it says together with the false prophet. Okay, now he's not really cleared out. This is where it gets, his comment alone is very confusing. But really, when people don't have the understanding, they don't really have, the doctrine never lines up well, man. It's always really poor. Now it's talking about two beasts, all right? The first beast before it, but it's not. When you say first and second, it means that the number one beast and the number two in terms of order. You know what I'm saying? Like an actual pattern. Whereas these are two beasts, okay? But the first beast mentioned here when it says the beast before it, in Revelation 13. I'm making it a bit confusing. Let me just go to the scripture to show you what I mean by the first and second. Okay, so Revelation 13, let's go to 12 actually, 12. No, start 11 for context sake. It says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, okay? So this is another beast now, which is contrast to verse 1, which it says, a beast that rose up out of the sea with 7 heads and 10 horns, okay? It says and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. You know what I'm saying? So now he's saying, this is talking, I don't even know what he's saying. You know what? I'll be honest, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I don't really know how he's, because again, like I just said, their word thing's so weird because it's like they don't even know what they're saying, man. They're just trying to hate on your doctrine. So he said that, the Antichrist with the first and the second beast or something like that, okay? So he says the rise of the Antichrist, which is the main thing that annoys me because there's many Antichrists, okay? So if anyone don't know, I'm going to get the scripture out. Anybody who is against the Messiah is Antichrist. There's not one Antichrist, okay? Now it says, is about the rise of the Antichrist together with the false prophet. And the false prophet is talking about Rome, okay? It's talking about the fourth beast, essentially. Okay, and it says, the first beast and the second beast is what it says. So he says, right, he's saying the first and second beast. Okay? Now, it's very confusing what he's saying here. So, let's not even worry about it, really. It's not very accurate. Let me just show my point, what the scripture is saying. So in verse 12 it says, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him. Now, the beast that came up out of the earth, another one, he exercised the power of the first one before him. Now, those are the two beasts. Now, the first beast before him is the fourth beast in Daniel 7, but the fourth beast in Daniel 7 is the first in context in Revelation 13. I don't know if I'm making it more complicated. It's just for anybody who is quite new, Revelation 13 and 1 is talking about Rome. And Daniel 7, the fourth beast is Rome. Okay? So we're going to get that now as well. Daniel 7. Daniel 7 and 7. After this, I saw in the night visions. Okay, I'm not going to get to the first three beasts, but it says, in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. And I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. Okay, now I read a lot there, so I'm going to break it down bit by bit. Now verse 7 is talking about Rome, okay? This is the fourth beast coming up. This kingdom is dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly. It was the fearful kingdom that had much strength. Okay, and its military power was exceeding, it said that it had great iron teeth, because it was able to stamp out everybody. In fact, the next part literally says it devoured and brake in pieces and stamped the residue with the feet of it, okay? Because Rome took over, man. It became that powerhouse. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, right? And it had 10 horns. Now, it had 10 horns just like Revelation 13 and 1. So look, it's Revelation 13 and 1, which is, because Revelation 13 and, just a quick reminder, Revelation 13 and 12. Oh, I'm sorry, put the wrong one. There you go, Revelation 13 and 12. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, right? That's what verse 11, this is the he is context of verse 11, which is another beast coming up out the earth with 2 horns like a lamb. And in that video that the guys commented on, I mentioned the 2 horns like a lamb is talking about its division within its kingdom and its rulers and stuff, the Democrats, Republicans, or the plebeians and the patricians, and the customs of the Roman, all right, because they exercise the same power. And he spake as a dragon, okay? And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him. Now that one is the one before him is talking about Rome, okay? That's because it says another beast, but before that was talking about Rome. Now, Daniel 7 had 10 horns, just like Revelation 13 and 1. Daniel 7 and 7 said that this fourth beast had 10 horns. It's because the 10 horns is going into, EU, and I don't know why I scrolled so fast down, sorry. So Daniel 7, the 7 heads and 10 horns is talking about NATO and EU. And when it's verse 8, it says, I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn. Now this is talking about America. This is talking about America coming up out of Rome. Because all these kingdoms, were all, from Rome, Rome's, they say all roads lead to Rome. I considered the horns, and beheld, there came up among them another little horn, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of man, and a mouth speaking great things. It says, I behold, till the thrones are cast down, and the ancient of days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. Okay, as you go down in verse 11, there you go. I beheld then, because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake, I beheld even till the beast was slain, and his body destroyed and given to the burning flame. Now that's talking about the destruction of America, okay? Now when you go to verse 8, the reason why it says a little horn that come up, it says before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. Now we know that the little horn has to pertain to the fourth beast, Rome, okay? And there were 3 that plucked up before it, the Iberians, the Portuguese, Spanish, the French, okay? And then the rulership of the French came to an end. Then it was the Great Britain that came to an end. We it's very known that from Great Britain came America. These different kingdoms were done out here then, in terms of how they were ruled and they were plucked out, and then America became that place. And to this day, it's that land of the merchants love it. It's a well-favored harlot. It's with its doctrines, philosophies, the way it does its traffic and trading and everything. The World Trade Center, as it is, and Revelation 13, it is talking about America. So that guy doesn't really know what he's talking about, man. Okay. Now, concerning the word Antichrist, you don't ever see Antichrist on except for these. Well, I prove that. Look, all you gotta do is type this in, man. Look, sorry, let me move this out the way. Antichrist. Antichrist. Okay. So you see it here, okay? So luckily you do also get it here. I actually didn't clock. So let's read it here, okay? 1 John 2 and verse 18, right? Little children, it is the last time, and as ye have heard that Antichrist shall come, even now are there many Antichrists, whereby we know that it is the last time. See? It's going through many Antichrists, right? Now, verse 22 of that same chapter says, Who is a liar but he that denieth that Yahushua is Hamashiach? He is Antichrist that denieth the Father and the Son. So there's more than one Antichrist, because many people do that, man. Now, 1 John 4 and 3 says, And every spirit that confesseth not that Yahushua Hamashiach is come in the flesh is not of the Most High, and this is that spirit of Antichrist, whereof ye have heard that it should come, and even now already is in the world. See, it's been around for a hot minute, man. So talking about Antichrist this, Antichrist that. The Antichrist has been around since that time period, man. So it was already in the world. For 2 John 1 and 7, For many deceivers are entered into the world, who confess not that Yahushua Hamashiach is coming in the flesh. This is a deceiver and an Antichrist. So people always want to go into the Antichrist, but really it's not how it works, man. The kingdom's ruling over that will that perpetuate the doctrine of an Antichrist, man, and pledging allegiance to them, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. So yeah, I just wanted to go into that, man. All right. America is going to be the kingdom that rules over everyone, that everyone's going to give their power unto, so they can receive their power. They're gonna do that. When I say everyone specifically, I'm talking about the 10 horns and 7 heads, the NATO and EU, because it's going to be places where essentially all nations, literally all nations are drunk the wine, the fornication. Everyone's looking, everyone's doing what they can to make America thrive. All these nations, even when they hate America, they all do. But that's why they're going to have to destroy with fire, like Daniel 7's prophecy says, man. In Revelation 17 as well, they're going to destroy America, man. I read that, Revelation 17 and verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Okay? So that's what's going to have to happen, man. And verse 18 says, And the woman which thou sawest, which is the whore, is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. Okay? So thermonuclear missiles coming to America. Okay? That's what's going to happen. It's going to be completely wiped out as a desolation. That's going to be a beautiful judgment, man. That's a rejoiceful time that the kingdom that's ruling over everyone in wickedness before is going to be destroyed, and before I should say like this very clearly, it's the last kingdom before Yahushua comes back. Right? There's not going to be any other kingdoms ruling the way it is right now. So I thought I'd just do a quick response to that comment, since it was a very weird one. I still don't really get it, but I hope this clarified a few things. If you were confused about what he's saying regarding the 2 beasts and whatnot. Yeah, but Lord willing, this is edifying, right? Giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushua, Bahasham, 𝐤𝑋.𝐻. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do rule well. All right, peace and salutations to the hopefully elect scattered abroad. All right, Shalom.